Hi, so I read and I go on Facebook and other social media, and I was recently reading an article on Cracked, which is a great site. They're not paying me to say that. I genuinely think it. They do feature some great stuff, particularly their sort of guided storytelling, if you will, of people giving their own views on certain things. It's been host to people who have mental difficulties, criminal difficulties, various things that sometimes these people don't get the voice, and they kind of ghostwrite for them, or at least help them bring the story out. And there was one that I've recently read about a teen in America in 2012 who committed suicide. You may remember the hashtag movement of Love More, Judge Less, claiming that this guy was bullied because he was gay and a cheerleader. Yes, he was probably a cheerleader, I think, if I recall correctly, but there was no evidence he was gay. But nobody listened, and that's kind of the problem. Social media has become a go-to source for a lot of people and news outlets, unfortunately, who just choose to believe what's spread there instead of what's being said by the people directly involved and directly affected. That's not a good thing. Like with everything that comes to our eyes, we can only take it for granted unless we're willing to put the effort into fact-checking. Most of us aren't when it comes to Facebook and other social media causes, and we just go, yeah, I support this movement, and then wake up the next day and find something else. And it's good. I'm not saying not to support things and to be proactive as much as possible. For some people, just, if you will, slacktivism is about as much as they can achieve because of other difficulties that they might have, social, physical, or otherwise. So, we trust the news outlets, stupidly, in most cases, to do that job for us. When they don't do it, and they just take whatever Joe Blogs has put up on his page or his Twitter feed, that's not a good sign, And like I say, many of the causes themselves are worthwhile and good things to support, but by the same token, we need to have that critical element back in our lives. It's something that is sadly, seemingly lacking, and that's a problem. So it's really a case of don't believe everything you read, and just make sure that you're fact-checking. If people directly affected are telling you that those things are incorrect, believe them. It makes it easier on them. Another big issue that came about with this particular situation was people using the funeral as their own, make it about me situation. And that, to me, is the lowest of the low. Using a tragedy for your own ends, it's just ethically wrong. It's morally void. So, it's I suppose what I'm really saying is not only be careful what you read, but be aware that there are real people behind these stories. Whether it be someone's suicide, someone coming out as transgender or gay or whatever, there are real people on the other side. And it's a respect thing. So until next time, take care.